สวัสดีครับทุกคนครับยินดีต้อนรับครับ Welcome to another coding session with Sunil. Today we are going to cover how to build out this section using our BootStrap grid system, and we are going to have some CSS customizations into it. So far จำเป็นต่อจนถึงตอนนี้ครับเราสั่งทั้งหมดnavbar และ showcase section และทั้งหมดนี้กับ responsive แค่ใช้ยังน้อยCSS ครับและใช้ส่วนเวลามากใช้ Bootstrap CSS CSS structures. So we played around with grid system. Today we're going to get more involved in the grid system. So let's build out this. Okay. เราจะสั่งทั้งหมดนี้ครับ So ครั้งที่แรกผมจะสั่ง div about offer และข้างใน div about offer มีข้างบนเหมือนกันจากครั้งที่แล้วครับเราดูว่ามีทั้งสอง images ครับ So about offer background, and this will be the image, and this will be the top one, and I'm going to put in a class of width 100, and this will be images slash about top background dot png และจะทำอีกหนึ่งครั้งครับข้างล่างครับ and then I'm going to put in a background of background success. เราจะเห็นดูอย่างไรครับ So it looks like this, and that is because I have the same exact image here. So let's change it up to bottom. Perfect. Now we have this nice wavy line. แต่มีปัญหาเพราะว่ามี container ที่นี่ครับ So we have our container still up here. We want to get rid of the container here and move this section into the container. There we go. จะ tab นี้ครับข้างและใส่นั่น clean that up a bit. There we go. And that should change up the width here to be the full width. Perfect. So now we have the full width. เราจะใส่ทั้งหมดนี้ข้างใน container ด้วยครับ So now we can start to add in our images. So div dot container และข้างใน container จะใส่ div image ของเราครับ So div dot about offer image และข้างในนี้ image source is images slash imag-1 png. All right, and our arrow div dot about offer arrow และข้างในนี้มี images slash right dash ae row dot png. Okay, และข้างในนี้จะ div about offer text และ h1 dot about offer title และข้างในนี้ขอโทษครับคือ 599.00 และทีนี้จะเขียนว่า text success. Just stick that in there, and text dark, background white, just so we don't have to do anything in the future. About offer subheading และ subheading คืออะไรครับนี่ครับและ p about offer para และทีนี้ copy ทั้งหมดนี้ Control C Control V save that ดูแบบอย่างไรครับดูแบบนี้ครับ I made a mistake here. Images what is it called? Oh, img ขอโทษครับ There we go. Now we have our image and we have all of these. Now here at the bottom, why did I type all text success and all that stuff? These are really nice. อันนี้คือ shortcut ข้างใน bootstrap classes ของเราครับถ้าเกิดว่าอยากเปลี่ยน background ของนี้อยากเปลี่ยน text color ถ้าเกิดว่าอันนี้ text white ไม่เห็น text ข้างหลังที่นี้ครับอันนี้ text success text คือ green color ครับ So I'm going to change this back to actually I'll keep it white and background. Let's just change this to dark. So we can change the backgrounds like this. That looks kind of cool. It matches what we have up here. The color scheme is kind of nice, but I'll change it back to the normal. Or I can do text info and we can have it be a nice blue color. These are built-in colors into Bootstrap. Text warning, or I have text danger. I can also change the background to background info. And I'll have a nice bluish color. Doesn't look too great to me. And warning, same exact thing. Or I can change it to info, which is a nice gray color. Whoops, wrong one. I think just say, sorry, I can't remember what the other colors are. But we'll change this one to background white for now. And change this to text dark. There we go. และทีนี้มี text success ของ599 alright so ปัญหาตอนนี้ครับมี3ตัวทีนี้มี image มี arrow แล้วก็มี text ทีนี้ทั้ง3ข้างๆกันอย่างไรครับ so we're going to change all this to make sure they're all in the same line and how are we going to do that we're going to use the grid system so ทีนี้มี container และข้างหลัง container มี row คืออะไรครับ row เป็น1สายครับข้างๆกันครับมี3สิ่งที่ข้างๆกันครับใช้อย่างไรครับ we have to put everything into a row แล้วก็ใช้ column with ข้างใน div ของเราครับ so that's why I put all of these into their own divs so we can just add columns how do we know the width of the columns down here we have to play around with this but if I just use col regular then it'll be for extremely small screens column small it'll only display on 576 or above column medium, column large, and column XL will all display among their respective sizes. So what I want to do is use column large because I want this to disappear. So I'll show you what happens. Call, let's say 4. Oh, before I do that, I want to push this all into a row. So div row. จะใช้ div ข้างล่างจะปิด div ทีนี้ครับ and let's give it some more space here so everything's a bit crunched up and there we go so now we have our 3 elements we have 1 2 and 3 perfect so call 4 and we'll do column 4 all right so now what do we see oh image ทีนี้ใหญ่กันไปครับ well this is really big and the image ทีนี้ใหญ่กันไปด้วยครับ the only thing that really took up a third of the page is this text here ทำไมเพราะว่า images เป็นลำบากมากครับเป็นสำคัญ or เป็นรำคาญมากด้วยครับ they're so annoying but I can do a width of 100 inside of here with 100 and that will then make that image much smaller here I can do the same thing a class of width 100 that literally changes it to 100% of the width so this will be 1/4 this is 1/4 and this is 1/4 so all 3 of these they might not look it but they are equal width right now and also what I'm going to do is I can do a justify content center everything in here doesn't look like it but everything is automatically centered anyway but just to make sure now what I want to do is change that image size and we're getting closer ผมอยากเปลี่ยนไป image นี้ถึงด้านนี้ครับ so I want to have it come inside a lot more so how do I do that well first I want to change the size of the image and I'm going to put this down to let's say a 50 and so that makes it much smaller but instead of doing it here I can do it in my CSS that way it's all in one place so what I'm going to do is also change up the column sizes so here's column 5 here's column 5 or column 2 and here's column 5 now we're looking much better these two are almost the same size let's also stick in some padding at the top and the bottom so whoops P4 there we go and now we've got these images and these two almost the same size all we've got to do is move this over a little bit how do we move this over a little bitเราจะแค่ใช้ style CSS so about offer arrow I can do a margin left and let's try 100 pixels and that goes way over to the left and that is not what we want we want to bring it over there we go so now we have margin left and maybe a margin left of 150 maybe see what that looks like okay not bad and we want to do a margin top of let's say 100 pixels See how that comes. Okay, that looks much better. Maybe we want to do 120 here to make it look almost exact. There we go. Oops, wrong one. 120. Wrong way. Do 80. There we go. Now it's a little bit higher. It's closer to the center of the image. There we go. And that's it. So now what happens? จะเกิดอะไรถ้าเกิดว่าผมเปลี่ยนไปถึงเล็กกว่าธรรมดาครับ We still have that arrow, but I don't want that arrow เพราะว่า arrow นี้ลบจากขนาดน้อยกว่าธรรมดาครับ So I want to get rid of that arrow. So all I want to do is say in here, I want to do only on LG sizes. And once I do that, I have to do a display none and a display LG block. There we go. The image then, the arrow goes away. Done. That's it. And so now I have my columns showing up, but I want to have these also flip over. So when I have these on a large screen, I only want to show these on a large screen, and then I want to flip them over when they have a smaller screen. So if I'm on a 1024, cool, no problem. If I'm bigger than a 1024, whoops, I messed up there. There we go. Now I have my arrow in here on size bigger, and when I flip to an iPad or a 768, it flips the image and everything. So much nicer and cleaner. All right, now we can begin to clean this up. ตอนนี้เราทำความสะอาดนี้ได้ครับ So what are we going to do here? All I really have to do is dot about offer image, and I can just say image width is, actually let's see why I have the images not being the same exact. It's 672 pixels wide, but I want to have the image width once it's smaller. I want to change that and force it to be smaller, so I can add in a specific media query, max width of 992 pixels, and I'm getting 992 จากที่นี้ครับ, so I'm using that value up there. So max width about offer image, and I want to have this be a width of, let's just say 500 pixels, and that changes the size of that image. And I can do the same exact thing for the about offer text of width of 500 pixels. There we go. All right, and I can do a padding of 0. And now both of these are the same exact. And I can just add in a margin top here real quick, and that'll make it, give it some space, margin top of 30 pixels. There we go. So now these two look very, very similar. If I zoom in, there we go. So now it looks very similar. If I take a look at the developer tools here, now we've got this on a 768 by 1024. We are looking very, whoops, did not want to do that. There we go. Now we look very similar to what they have in, whoops, shouldn't have closed that. There we go. We're back. So now we look very, very similar to what they have here on the original page. We have our styling, we're looking pretty good. We've got our image just above our text, and ถ้าเกิดว่าเราเปลี่ยนไปถึงที่นี้มี arrow ข้างในนี้. And all we did was add very, very little. All we did was change up some margin, added some width in the media query, and that was it. The columns, making it large, so on large sizes, ถ้าเกิดว่าขนาดlarge, ถ้าเกิดว่าขนาดนี้ใหญ่กว่า192 pixel. ผมอยากเปลี่ยน ผมอยากแสดงว่าแค่5ส่วนจาก12ส่วน ผมอยากใช้2ส่วนจาก12ส่วน ผมอยากใช้5ส่วน แต่ถ้าเกิดว่าเล็กกว่า large จะเปลี่ยนไปถึงข้างบนข้างล่างครับ so I wanted to flip it to where if it's smaller than 992 it automatically flips. So only on 992, only on screen sizes 992 take this up. So this is only on screen sizes 992 pixels or larger. And that's it. This is hide on screens smaller than 992 pixels. There we go. And that's it. We added some media queries just to make the images stay in the same width, remove some of the padding off of the images, and that's it. So ถ้าเกิดว่ามีคำถามถ้าเกิดว่าอยากเห็นเรื่องอื่น feel free to give us a comment in the Facebook pages or in the YouTube pages. Feel free to tell us what you want to learn. ถ้าเกิดว่ามีคำถามเกี่ยวกับนี้ถ้าเกิดว่าผมทำผิดอยากแก้ปัญหานี้ครับจะบอกผมจะพยายามแก้ปัญหาหรือพยายามตอบทุกในอนาคตครับ So if you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comments, and I will try to correct what we're talking about here and doing here. Oh, there's also one small problem up here. Sometimes, not always, there might be a line height. So about offer BG, we can fix that real quick. Line height of 0, and that'll eliminate that little line coming up there on top. So let me make sure. Whoops. Dot image. That is still not going away. Weird. Oh, doesn't show up on the iPad one. Weird. I don't know. I'll address it later. If that's still showing up, I will take care of it in a future lesson. So for now, though, it looks like it's okay. So ถ้าเกิดว่ามีคำถามทำได้ข้างใน Facebook หรือ YouTube ถ้าเกิดว่าอยากเรียนหรือไม่ just feel free to ask and we'll try and get to that lesson. So for now, we will see you guys next time. Thank you for your support and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.